Has the YouTube game community really died? Well, let's go into a little bit of the facts over the years of what happened with the community as well as the general landscape of YouTube. So this may take me a little while or may take me not so long. I'm not sure because it's just a lot to cover and I'm probably going to go through it like a freight train. Who knows? So, alright. First things first. YouTube community got introduced by, of course, a small bracket of people. These bracket of people began to do the snowball effect where some people got attracted to this person, that person, this person. Now, it's not sexual by any means. There's no sexual intercourse involved with this attraction. It's just the fact that these people were like comfort food. They had a very warm, bubbly personality, and you got attracted to those people right away. So you just began to hang out with those folks through video comments as well as video responses. Sadly, of course, nowadays the video responses are long gone now. But back on the subject at hand, you pretty much got this whole entire fiasco where you're pretty much communicating with one another through said videos. And that's how the community was. It showed videos of you finding and getting new pickups and finds throughout the week or throughout the month or what have you. Now, you had folks who were called the head figures of this YouTube community. While they weren't popular at first, there was a signification, or at least an indication, these people are going to blow up and become very popular YouTubers. The folks that, of course, till now, this is the staple of now, that are pretty much, I would say, not much as the vocal point, but pretty much the staple of the community. So these people you recognize, you just know who they are. You know, there's no doubt about it. You know who Gamester is, Pete Dorr, Happy Console Gamer, Luke Morse 1. You know all these folks. So, even Edit. And you got all these names that you could probably throw out, including Crow and Maximum RD, folks that you recognize and acknowledge. You know, Jughead82, which does a lot of slapstick, really funny comedy, rather. I said community comedy. Sorry. Does a lot of comedy, and it's pretty funny, as well as he does a lot of cool videos along the way as well, such as pickups, beers reviews, etc., etc., etc. All the hops will go home happy. So, then I'll notice a lot of folks also, after a while, became impatient with their results of how their channel grew. And this happens. People have mental deficiencies, I suppose, when it comes to this. But then after a while, they just became antsy, and then all hell broke loose. They blamed other people, and in reality, it's just no one could wait. What these said folks were just not happy with their stature. They felt like they deserved to be mentioned as well. They deserved a spotlight too. That's generally how it was. You know, they just had this. It's pretty much when chemicals shake after a while within a glass bottle, depending on what they are, them of course being a compound of vinegar and baking soda, you're going to have a chemical explosion. I mean, both of these products alone, which is baking soda as well as vinegar, actually have a good cleaning compound. They both have a lot of potential to, of course, do good things. They help, deodorize bad things in the air in refrigerators, as well as they help, with vinegar-wise, help clean out your coffee pot. I mean, there's just so many things that these two said elements can comprise to help you keep your life happy. Baking soda, you can use it for baking goods, etc., etc., etc. So, what happened? A lot of folks noticed over time their views went down, they were just not getting a lot of views, and people have these conversations with me all the time. I mean, they just sort of mention this to me. They're very upset. They're very frustrated. And it's sort of like this. The community sort of splitted in several fragments. Now, this isn't segregation. This isn't these folks being antisocial. It's just more of a careful stance where they saw how others were, or in this case, they just were not interested in what was going on there. And they just said, you know what? I'm going to go hang out with my close friends. And that's how it is. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So you had that, and that's pretty much what happened. Everyone just sort of departed from each other. No one really wanted to talk to one another, and that's generally it. But underneath the glass house, there's more to it than that. Over time, YouTube has changed the format of the website so much so, some people actually rage quit this website. I've seen 3 people do this. There's probably more. Where they changed it so much that it's almost impossible for those folks who are striving to get noticed for all their, their entertainment content, and they just were not getting the results they wanted, so they just rage quit. Or people got so popular they couldn't stand it themselves, and they just rage quit them. They were like, nope, and they got out of Dodge, So, there's so many reasons, but over time, it's just people kind of moved on. They've done their own things, they're on their own clicks, and that's just how it is. So, personally, the community's not dead. It's just sort of in a hiatus, so to speak. Not indefinite, because I could tell at some point in the future something's going to happen, something cosmic's going to happen, and people are all going to come together again, and then it's just going to be a big open community. Everyone's going to be snuggling each other with blankets and all that goodness, and there'll be hand jobs plenty a night. As well as friction, because there are lovely ladies here who hang out on the community as well. So, anyway, enough of me being sexist. No, I'm kidding. I'm not really being sexist, because, a good rub-out, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing sexist about it. Everyone goes home happy. It's like a poo-poo platter. Everyone gets what they want. So, wow. I was trying to do this video if I had no sexual jokes. Anyway, I'm basically saying is, I'm very happy that the friends I've gained throughout the years here on YouTube. I'm not necessarily getting any views. I'm not pissy because I'm not necessarily getting views. Am I depressed? Well, I'm just depressed over the general fact that the big, open, robust community is gone. A lot of the folks who would come by and visit just sort of disappeared. Tanuki had a lot of folks here who were just every single day come in and say, hey, what's up, guy? And now, I haven't really noticed when people even bring this up about this factor that, the community itself just sort of dwindled. It just disappeared. So I thought about it for a while, and I just said, well, this happened, that happened, this happened. The layouts changed, so it's really harder to see people's content on a daily basis. So it's like people just say, screw it, and visit a couple people they know. And that's just it. Either you're important or you're just irrelevant. That's pretty much it. There's nothing wrong with that. But try not to burp right now. It's like coming up. It's just like, hey, guy, I'm going to burp right in front of on your microphone. I'm like, no, don't burp. And then the burp's like, I'm going to burp anyway. Blah. Oh, no, it's all over me. So, all right, guys, that is enough for now. Me just basically wanting to talk about the subject at hand. Now, this is not me, grabbing a dirty mop and smashing it all over the clean floor. This is not me grabbing glasses and smashing them on the floor. It's just me bringing up what happened. And, a lot of the folks who are pretty frustrated of how the viewership that dwindled on YouTube, it's generally like this. A lot of folks, I'm not going to say the popular YouTubers, but there's a lot of YouTubers out there who have practically became popular because they earned it over time. That's just how it is. As well as you had people who were predominantly popular anyway, so there was going to be no change in their climate whatsoever. It's sort of like living in Florida. You're either going to get a rainstorm or you're not. And all other than that, you're just going to get a bunch of sunny weather. So, yeah, that is all for right now. Take it easy, folks. Oh, man. Yes, you saw a little Luke Morris reference there. Huh?